When I decided to rewatch the Pokémon anime now in my 20s, I met this challenge with healthy trepidation. Revisiting a childhood favorite can be scary, especially when the favorite in question is explicitly a kids show. Will it hold up, or will I forever rue the day I decided to go back? Fond memories poisoned in reality's wake. Is it something that I've just simply, regrettably, aged out of forever? Is Pokémon more over-enunciated Elmo than entertaining for all ages Pixar? Who's to know? Other fears are abound too. Will it be too over the top? Will it be too silly? Will it be too corny? Too edgy? Too dumb? Too cringe? Is it going to be thematically overwrought and chock full of baby's first moral lesson-ass messages? Is it going to be full of inconsistencies or stilted dialogue, or anything that would blissfully fly over a child's head unnoticed but lodge itself right into this old man's barely beating chest? The odds are against us here. Anything could run afoul. Imagine my elation then, when it turned out Pokémon was in fact the greatest anime of all time. Pokémon is actually this eclectic, episodic epic that seamlessly traverses genre and trope and setting in variety with ease. It's rich with emotion, it's cleverly written, it's got a fantastic central band of wacky and lovable characters. Its dub is quick and cutting and sometimes edgy. Above all, to me, this show succeeds on its core pillars of being really cute and really funny. And all these other strengths flow from there. And coward, if you're waiting for me to undercut this all with a joke, grow up. Head for the rope. Fucking think I'm joking. Unbelievable. The Pokémon anime was surprising in its virtue. It exceeded my expectations. I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I have. If I've somehow lulled you into a transient mental state and you've somehow forgotten the title of the video, this is all build up to the shocking twist revelation that Pokémon the first movie does not share in this virtue, and perhaps that it kinda sucks. And worse, it kind of ends up being an amalgamation of all of the initial fears I had before starting my rewatch of the TV series. Pokémon the first movie, in my estimation, fails where the TV series succeeds. The Pokémon anime is simple in its brilliance. Cute, cool creatures, funny characters, quick writing and performances, wacky and creative situations and set pieces. The biggest problem with Pokémon the first movie is how it tries to be more than the show. One of the biggest failings of the movie is it trying to be deep. Mewtwo as a character is just a series of boring one-note existential questions. We didn't need four-fronted philosophical underpinnings to our Pokémon movie, but alas, here we are. Mewtwo goes through about 5 different mindsets and positionings in the first 10 minutes of the movie. It's too much, too quick, and it's not necessary. It's angsty, it's melodramatic, it's horribly cliche, and it flows terribly. And his resolution and change of mind at the end of the movie kind of comes out of nowhere, and none of the answers to his questions are interesting enough to excuse how much time is spent on them in the movie, which is the larger problem here. So the kids' movie isn't deep, cry me a river. But to waste so much time, when we could have been iterating or implementing the strongest aspects of the show into the movie, is strikingly disappointing. Mewtwo strikes backingly disappointing. It's an attempt to be something more than the show, and it falls flat on its face. Just make it cute and funny, damn it! The Pikachu's Vacation people got the message. I've got problems with the dialogue and the performances in the movie too. The movie isn't just overly melodramatic in its theming, the dialogue and the performances are hammed up to the extreme also. Likely in this attempt to grandly be more. The isolated line deliveries aren't that bad, most of the time. If you watch the trailer for the movie, the lines actually sound great. Epic almost.
We dreamed of creating the world's strongest Pokémon, and we succeeded.
They work in that context. But in the context of the actual movie, they do not. All the lines and all the seriousness behind them come too quick, none of the emotionality or vigor is earned. They are awkwardly placed and paced, and it culminates in uneven performances and a lack of interplay that results in the movie verbally being cringy, in the way the quick-witted, smooth show never was. There is just some bad deliveries too, though most of it is born out of the overwrought melodrama in the climax of the movie. Misty, Brock, and Nurse Joy off to the side with their brief, supposedly heartbreaking, thematically poignant one-liners are truly terrible. That brings us to our next big issue, the severe lack of emotional resonance in these attempted grander cinematic climactic moments. moments. Those with the biggest stakes we've seen in the series so far, with the world supposedly on the line. Emotional moments in the show were handled and achieved so effortlessly. The show is so quick with it, it's quaint, it's cool. Bye Bye Butterfree, one of the most iconic emotional moments and episodes from not just early Pokemon, but Pokemon in general, is executed so well in comparison to something like Ash's fake dying in this movie. There's an introductory premise about the Butterfree's mating season, followed by a title card that surgically engineers a sudden dread into your little heart, that's then distracted from with a lengthy Team Rocket plot. It acts as a final adventure and triumph for Butterfree, Ash, and Pikachu. But the story itself never overstates it. It's not until the moment is at hand that the dread from the title card is cashed in on, and the emotion is delivered. Rather than some dramatic, teary-eyed final speech of thematic resolution, a stoic Ash accepts that he and Butterfree must part. Ash says thank you to Butterfree. Rather than unearned, self-serious, overwrought crying from every idiot Pokemon and dumb human in sight, Butterfree is over-the-top yet earnestly funny crying, and Pikachu's got goofy tears welling in his eyes. Rather than a horribly over-the-top, out-of-nowhere, late 90s love ballad, we get a compilation of our history with the great Butterfree, starting with the super sad track from the show's OST that sends a chill down your spine. As we reflect on Metapod evolving into Butterfree, the chills then shoot down your arms as the most famous anime opening in history kicks in. The extended version, mind you. We cut back to Ash in reflection, as he is warned by Misty and Brock that Butterfree will be out of eyeshot soon. Panicked, he lets out a singular tear, and waves Butterfree off with a strong, resolute smile and farewell. Butterfree's long-distance goodbye cries ring out over the narrator's farewell monologue about how friendship will last forever. This is an emotional moment. It's effortless, it's understated, it's resonant, without trying too hard, or trying to be grand, or upping the stakes. It's personal, and real, and it's effective. It leaves a lasting impression, rather than this terrible fake trash trying to be grand for a shitty movie. All the big memorable emotional moments from this era of the show are handled and executed like this with precision. Go West Young Meowth, Charizard learning to obey Ash, Charizard leaving, Ash losing his first Pokemon League, and so on and so on. What a show! And what a shitty movie in comparison. There's comedy to these moments, and awareness of what the show is. There's very little comedy in this movie at all. Team Rocket is relegated to the background, and then are roped into the overwrought melodrama in the climax, and can't save the movie either. The movie doesn't know where its strengths lie, and it comes at a price. Listen now, this movie isn't without positives. The visuals of the movie are pretty. There is some strong directing, and the art design is great, even though it's relatively different from the show. It is a treat coming from the cheaper TV series episodes into a bigger budget production. There's a polish to this movie that just isn't seen in the show. Even the fact that it exists in HD in our modern age is impressive enough for me. The trainers just hanging out with their Pokemon, that stuff's pretty cool, whenever it happens. And I really like the adventuring credit sequence too. See, I can say nice things. Ultimately, in the end, the movies did learn how to marry the strengths of the TV series with the wanted heightened stakes and drama and grandness movie episodes demanded in the following Pokemon movies. 2000 has a great sense of adventure and comedy to it, and the Entei movie doesn't lose its identity when it tries to tell a more dramatic, more serious story. Though that's as far as my rewatch is extended so far. Movie 5, still the greatest of all time? We'll have to see. In the end, even if it did fail a little bit, Pokemon the first movie was a neat little learning experience for the Pokemon anime. Bye bye, Butterfree! Just a minute now. We've got our members and patrons to thank. That'd be Jockey Bacon, Cruel Beauty, Mr. Gems, and Overwrought Elite RE.